Confirmed, huh? Flamengo tried to sign a striker from the Premier League, and Flamengo believes they have the money to go after him. A board-connected source confirmed the newspaper's report to me. OGLOBO, we also bring here the situation of the midfielder Marcos Antonio and other important news involving Flamengo. Now on the Paparazzo Rubro Negro channel, we're coming in strong. Hey guys, greetings Rubro Negro, this is Flamengo. Welcome to the Paparazzo Rubro Negro channel. Welcome. Please follow, like, and share on all platforms. On YouTube, subscribe, turn on notifications, and like the video. We're here once again thanks to our sponsor, Vivi Homes. Orlando, if you want to dollarize your assets, man, don't think twice. Vivi has the best after-sales service. She really does. Besides everything she does, she can get you the best options for houses and apartments in Miami. Anything you need, whether you want to invest, dollarize your assets, or invest in Florida, you can get the best options with Vivi, and the best part of all, her after-sales service is fantastic. She gives great support, remembers everything, handles it all, and is always available to talk. Hey, Papa asked you to also refer me to the people who handle financing, the ones who did his cross-country, Thierry. Man, Thierry's team is fantastic. I just have to thank you for how well I was treated here, man, and what a great experience I had, Thierry. And there are also other situations where you might need help, right? Even when it comes to sending money, I was really well taken care of by Inots, and they do everything legally, man, with all the taxes paid properly, so you don't have any problems. Everything is done in a way that you won't have any issues, okay? So Vivi Homes Orlando, she recommends these companies, and I do too. Follow them on Instagram and check out Inots, plus our friend Thierry from Cross Country and IP Florida. You'll need home insurance. I used IP. If you have a car, you'll also need car insurance. And the most awarded one in Florida is IP Florida. Yeah, they're fantastic there. Ana Mira's team is impressive, really good people. They also do an amazing job, okay? I left their handles there so you can get in touch with them. Well, let's go. I'm here with important information to share with you. Flamengo might negotiate midfielder Allen with Vasco. Man, look, that's crazy. Allen might have left Atletico Mineiro for the biggest one-sided rivalry we talk about, right? Flamengo doesn't rival Atletico Mineiro, but with us. Still, if someone leaves Atletico, they may see Flamengo as a rival. He left Atletico Mineiro for their major rival, Flamengo. He could then leave Flamengo to join their Rio rival Vasco. Looking for a strong reinforcement for the midfield, Vasco is trying to sign the midfielder Allen from Flamengo. Cruz Maltina wants to sign the player on a one-season loan, but Flamengo won't agree without a purchase obligation. Flamengo spent nearly 50 million on Allen, so it won't be that easy. It didn't work out, but they're not going to strengthen Vasco, right? If they loan him, they'll add a clause so he can't play against Flamengo. The club is counting on Fernando Diniz's good relationship with Allen to convince him, right? And the coach has even called the midfielder to talk about the deal. I'll share some updates now. I'm here with Otinho, bringing you real-time info because it's important to share. A lot is happening. According to the newspaper O Globo, Flamengo is still in talks to sign Marcos Antonio, the midfielder from São Paulo. So Flamengo is continuing negotiations to sign Marcos Antonio, and they're trying, right? Flamengo's management is seeking priority for a possible mid-year purchase of Marcos Antonio. They just confirmed our report. We told you that it wasn't for now, that Marcos Antonio was for the middle of the year, right? That Flamengo was looking to make this signing for the middle of the year, okay? So are they trying to get priority in a possible purchase of Marcos Antonio? The idea of the red-black team is to secure a purchase preference. If São Paulo decides to negotiate the player after the end of the loan with Lazio, São Paulo can then exercise the option to buy the player for 4.2 million euros. In the middle of the year, Flamengo signals the possibility of taking on this amount and even paying financial compensation to the São Paulo club. The total cost of the deal can reach, at most, 10 million euros. We were already talking about this. Flamengo wasn't going to pay more than that. Now, will São Paulo accept it? That's a whole different story, right? Will São Paulo negotiate Marcos Antonio? If so, Flamengo wants priority, but São Paulo says they'll ask for much more, despite what GLOBO reports. Flamengo stated they won't enter a bidding war with foreign clubs as they already have squad alternatives for that position. They made a big investment recently. São Paulo, on the other hand, emphasized that they don't intend to negotiate the number 8 at this moment. And we had already told you that he wasn't going to leave at this moment, and that if anything happened, it would be for the middle or the end of the year. And they still haven't decided. According to the article from GLOBO, São Paulo still hasn't set a price for a possible future sale. That's right. And it's worth reminding, man, this concern was for now because soon De La Cruz will be fine. He's getting better, right? He's already played, already started playing. In a little while. Saul too, we'll talk about Saul here now. And look, we had Saul talking about his recovery after surgery and predicting the return time, even talking about coming back earlier. He told Flamengo television, look, I'm feeling good after the surgery. It's been 5 days since I stopped using crutches. We're taking it little by little with the boot. At first, I'll stay with the boot for another 4 weeks. But talking to the doctors, I believe I'll be able to get back on the field sooner and help the team. Man, that's going to be really important. Flamengo really needs Saul to be well if he can come back even before the expected time, right? That would be amazing. But the most important thing is that he comes back healthy, right? The most important thing of all is that Saul comes back healthy. He says the following, I really want to help and be with them. I'm doing well, the recovery is going very well, and I'm in great hands. Everyone is working day and night to help me recover. It's important to be here with the team, whether I'm available or not. I'm an asset to Flamengo. Being here is an obligation for me. I like being with my teammates. I was able to travel with them. In the final, being in good shape is key, and I was. This moment will pass quickly and be resolved. I'm sure Flamengo will get through it. Management is fully supporting Felipe Luiz. I'm going to talk about that too. He says at home, in every match I'll be there and that's it. Flamengo now has to think about getting points again, getting back to winning titles. I think the Recopa title can be very important because it's a turning point. It's celebrating a first title in 2026. I think that's very important. I wanted to talk here because I've seen many people saying nonsense about firing Felipe Luiz. Man, look, he really makes mistakes. He gets things right, way more right than wrong. There are situations that need to improve. But to talk like that, the way I've seen some people talking, man, no one at Flamengo is even thinking about firing him. That word doesn't even exist. Actually, it's the opposite. Flamengo still supports Felipe Luiz and remains confident in his work. Everyone at Flamengo believes he'll turn things around. They continue to give full support to the coach, reaffirming their confidence in his work, even in the face of a series of negative results. It's a start. The team is still getting ready, man. I know there's a lot to improve from the tactical side to the physical side, everything. And it was good that he admitted the physical condition really wasn't good. I think that's important. With his contract extended to 2027, the coach's 2-year deal further secures his position leading the red and black team. That's just how it is. There will be complaints, there will be criticism, yes, but nobody here is asking for his head. We know his ability, his quality. Now, what I think the whole squad is missing, and Felipe himself, that hunger is clearly gone, and he's mentioned it himself. You need to keep that drive every year. A bathing ape used to say that. Maintaining hunger is crucial, and Flamengo lost it. That's the worst part. They didn't stay hungry. Let's go. Here's some important information to share. Flamengo really showed it. We confirmed it. Our team confirmed interest in signing the striker Evanilson, striker for Burnham Half from England. Okay? According to the newspaper OGLOBO, Flamengo showed interest in signing the striker, and Flamengo signaled an offer of 30 million euros, 186 million reais for the player. At first, Flamengo signaled with this offer, and the English club made it clear that they only want to negotiate. Did the same thing, so did Cruzeiro. Pedrinho only wants to negotiate for 50 million euros, 310 million reais. I spoke with a Flamengo board source who told me this. These small clubs in Europe, when they sign a player, they will never make a bad deal. They don't sign a player to later sell him for less. They'd clearly want to set it at 50 or 60 million euros. If they paid 30 plus 10, as we found out, 30 plus 10 in bonuses, we confirmed this with the board, that if they paid those 30 plus 10, 10 in bonuses, that's 40, they wouldn't sell for less. So, for Flamengo, this signing is very difficult. Maybe Flamengo will have more options later, but this was the name that came up. Flamengo showed interest and tried to pay 30. They didn't want to pay more than that, but unfortunately the guys want more. Now it's a player that Felipe Luiz rates positively. I confirmed all of this, okay guys? Confirmed news. Flamengo really did go after Evanilson. The player has even played for Porto and Zenit from Russia. At 26, he fits Flamengo's desired profile. He was even approved by coach Felipe Luiz. His name was approved and Flamengo tried. I confirmed all of this. By signing Ryan, Bournemouth has signaled that a deal for Evanilson could occur after the European season ends mid-year. So, Flamengo is still interested and ready to pay 30 million euros. Do you think he'd be a good signing? If you're spending 30 million euros on Evanilson, you should keep pursuing Kaio Jorge or seek another option. I don't know, man. I actually think he's a good player, but look at his stats. Just look at his numbers. I'll show them to you. In 35 games this season, he scored 12 goals, so I'm not sure if he's the player with the numbers I wanted. I'd prefer to bring in Marcos Leonardo, but fans insist Felipe Luiz must go and Marcos Leonardo should join, suggesting internal disagreement. Some want to sign Marcos Leonardo. Felipe Luiz doesn't want to. He's not the profile Felipe Luiz wants. But honestly, I see all the fans wanting to sign Marcos Leonardo. It's unanimous. Almost all the fans agree. Nobody wants Richarlison. Flamengo talks about Richarlison for the middle of the year, if after the cup they agree to sell, but the fans don't want Richarlison. It's total rejection. Even Darwin Núñez, the fans don't want him. They prefer Marcos Leonardo, whose name they support, and now Evanilson is being mentioned. I wanted to know your opinion. I want to read the fans' opinion about Evanilson. Here on Insta, people are saying he's a good player. That's right. Come, this guy is great, plays a lot. Awesome player, plays at Flamengo. Come play at Flamengo. Come be happy. Excellent player. We need a goal scorer. Pedro's struggling and BH is declining. Where did he play? Here in Brazil, I don't remember Evanilson. He played at Tombense, made a name for himself abroad, that's right, but people are approving here. The fans approve of signing Evanilson. He's really good. If it's really true, it's worth investing. Raridade and Fax Official sent it. It's true, yes, I confirmed it here with a source close to the board. The news about Evanilson is accurate. Bernal wanted 60 million euros. That's really what this source close to the board said. But they actually want 50. They want 50, not 60. They expected to raise it to that amount, but those guys won't make it easy. It'll be very expensive. Check out Leo 751, the kid's a genius. Marcos Leonardo or Gabriel Jesus would be ideal for Flamengo's attack. These guys would show Pedro that he needs to work hard too to earn his spot. So a lot of people are saying it's just a smokescreen because of Flamengo's current situation, that it's not possible. He's a spectacular player and would be a perfect fit, a great signing. Whenever the team loses, they pretend to be interested in a good player as a distraction. There's Luis Suarez, but it's not Luis Suarez from Inter Miami, it's the other one. Many people are praising it, but others clearly think it's just a smokescreen. But I spoke with a source connected to the board who said that there really is interest in Evanilson. And look, Flamengo is making the sale of Alashan official. The deal is moving forward again, according to Globo Esporte. We confirmed the information, it's really moving forward. Red Bull Bragantino should confirm in the next moments, I don't know, in the next few hours or maybe even tomorrow. The signing of Alashan is now very close to being announced by Red Bull. Bragantino, although he was listed for the game in the 1-1 draw against Inter, didn't get on the field, but even though he was listed, the player was still in Red Bull Bragantino's plans. The negotiations kept going and now we have confirmation according to Globo Esporte. And we also confirmed the information that the negotiation, which was halted at a certain point, has already been concluded. Even with the striker on the bench against Inter, it's concluded. Flamengo has arranged the sale of Alassian to Red Bull Bragantino for 10 million euros, about 62 million reais at the current exchange rate. A good amount of money that Flamengo could even use to sign the striker they really want. Flamengo keeps part of the rights. It hasn't been announced yet, but it's expected that Flamengo will keep between 20% and 30% of Alassian's rights. For a future sale, it's 10 million euros the deal at this moment. What was preventing it from being closed was that they wanted to pay over 2 years. Flamengo wanted to receive the payment in just 1 year, but they reached an agreement, so Flamengo is selling Alassian to Red Bull Bragantino. The Spanish newspaper Marca stated that Flamengo is monitoring Vini Jr.'s situation at Real Madrid and dreaming of the player's return at no cost. Marca, the well-known Spanish newspaper, highlighted this. He said that Flamengo is considering the possibility of making a move to bring Vini Jr. back without transfer costs. That was exactly because Jose Boto said so. It was regarding the interview that Jose Boto gave, the conversation he also had with the press at Ninho. He also spoke to GLOBO Spanish in that interview. And then they say the following. At Real Madrid, the interpretation is different. Even Flamengo, understanding that his contract is valid until June 2027, it's a free transfer. Soon it could happen. In other words, at the end of 2026 now, at the end of the year, he can already sign a pre-contract. And then Jose Boto talked about this. The newspaper Marca says the following. At Real Madrid, the interpretation is different. Even though the renewal is considered a priority, the negotiations are stalled due to financial issues. Florentino Perez refuses to let one of his top stars leave for free, according to the player's staff. Premier League clubs and Saudi football clubs are closely following the situation. Flamengo relies on the emotional bond and the player's connection to his original club, but progress mainly depends on Vini Jr.'s wishes. So what we have to say about this is that Vini Jr., I still think he'll have an international transfer before coming back to Brazil. I think he's highly valued, so I believe he'll still have a transfer either to Arabia or to Europe before coming back to Flamengo, but I have no doubt he'll return to Flamengo. I have absolutely no doubt Vini Jr. will still play for Flamengo. I'm not talking about many transfers. I think he has one more. Then after 2 or 3 years, he'll join Flamengo and finish his career there. He's a homegrown player who supports Mengão. That's how I see it. So we'll wrap up here by bringing the important information that Arrascaeta is 1 goal away from reaching the mark of 100 goals with Flamengo's jersey. Arrascaeta is just 1 goal from 100 goals for Flamengo. Someone else who's close to reaching an important milestone. It feels like he just arrived, right? But he's already about to hit his first important mark is Leo Ortiz. Man, we have our star Arrascaeta reaching 100 goals, just 1 goal away from hitting the 100-goal mark, and now Leo Ortiz is completing 100 matches with Flamengo's jersey. Man, it's amazing, right? I know we're going through a tough time, a rough patch, but I have no doubt that Flamengo will bounce back. And Leo Ortiz, for me, is one of the best defenders in the world. And together with Flamengo, he's going to bounce back too. So what do we have here? Leo Ortiz, reaching 100 matches, has scored 6 goals and provided 4 assists for Flamengo. Besides that, he played in 49 matches without conceding a goal. How can you criticize Leo Ortiz with those stats, right? Even he can't. And Arrascaeta, who made history with our Mengão, it's incredible. Now let's conclude our video with Arrascaeta's comments. Regarding this bad result at Maracanã and the moment Flamengo is going through, he said the following. We know what we need to improve. Winning at home today was very important. The fans did their part. I've been at Flamengo for a long time. I know what the feeling is like, the passion of the fans. It's up to us to keep our heads down, work hard, and as always, give our best on the field. There's no other way, but the fans should believe in this team because in tough times, this group has always responded and will do so again, as I've said before. I have no doubt that Flamengo will bounce back. We're going to win the Recopa, God willing, and we can still win the Carioca. We'll definitely beat Sampaio Correa this weekend. We'll beat Vitória, turn things around in the Brasileirão, win the Recopa, and compete for titles in 2026. Again, Paqueta also said the following. It's far from the start I imagined. wearing this jersey. It's always unique. Wearing this jersey is worth more than anything. For the win, we need to improve, and we're going to work to get back to winning. We rely on you to act, always thankful to God. We're here once again at the end of another video, always asking you to talk, to tell me, man, I stayed until the end. Let me know that you were here until the end of the video. Here, subscribe, turn on notifications with the bell, and like the video. We're in this together. Thanks for your company. Greetings, black players. This is Flamengo.